Welcome back, you bloody legends. It's Aussie Gamer 17 with another edition of Achievement College, my step-by-step guide to getting you that gamer score. Today we are starting my 100% walkthrough for Creatures of Ava. This is a really tough game to get all the achievements in a single playthrough, guys. Most of the achievements are very missable, but if you follow this guide, we're going to get every single one in a single playthrough. So you have to follow this very carefully, guys. I'm not going to go through every achievement right now. Just know that we are going to cover every achievement, and I'll explain each one as we get to them and what we're doing. For those of you new to my channel, this is not a blind playthrough. I have practiced this game. I've played it on another account. I've made sure I know where everything is, and I know how to get every single achievement. So that's what you've got here. If that's what you're looking for, that's what you found. We're going to start the game from scratch. I'm going to take you through it step by step to get everything 100%. Let's do it. So we're just going to start off by pressing start game. Now, it doesn't matter which difficulty you go on. There are no difficulty-based achievements. So we are going to be playing on story just to make it nice and simple. It's a very cozy game anyway. So let's start that now. I'm also going to be skipping all the dialogue and cutscenes. I know I don't do that in a lot of my walkthroughs, but just the way that a lot of the story is told by reading, I'm going to let you guys do that all yourselves. What I will say is that I really do love the story. I made sure I got the story in my practice runs, which I don't, again, normally do, but for this I needed to enjoy the story without wasting your time with all the text here in the walkthrough. So that's the plan for this one. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of that if you've been to my channel before. So first thing you want to do, guys, is we're going to walk forward. This is our character Vic, and we're going to walk forward, press Y to pick up 3 healing brews, and then we're going to press up on the D-pad to heal. Alright, let me just make sure I've got my notes up in front of me. Yeah, so I've got notes on the whole game.
But our field equipment is...
Now we're going to move forward. I'm going to ignore story once again, so I am going to talk over this radio message. We're going to walk forward. We're going to climb up here by pressing A to jump and climb. Just press A. Go left, and then you press the left thumbstick to crouch under here. It's a bit of a tutorial. The game's teaching us how to do this. When you are crouched, if you press the left bumper, that will make you run, and it will make you automatically stand back up. You need to sprint and then jump to make it across these gaps. And then go left and climb up here, and we'll see our first creature. Can't really do anything with him just yet. We're just going to follow him. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. So we're going to follow the linear path. Jump over here, jump up here. This is just meant to be a tutorial showing you how to sort of get around, and we're meant to be following this creature until we get through here. So we're going to crouch in this long sort of grass. It says to hide, but this is the only time in the whole game we use this to hide, I think. Well, I know. Alright, and then we'll get a little cutscene here. I can't skip this one, but we want to take a photo of one of these creatures, and I'll explain why in just a second. So it's going to teach us how to use our camera. So press right on the D-pad. You press up and down on the D-pad to zoom in and out. And once you get in on one of these creatures, you'll see that little square pop up on its head. That means there's something you can take a photo of. And I just did that completely wrong. But what we're going to do, if you do take a photo wrong, see he moved so I didn't have that square. This hasn't counted. Save the picture though, and it will add it to the gallery, and we'll get our first achievement, the tourist achievement. Now I'm going to take a proper photo of this guy. There we go. And that is our first proper achievement. Hold the start button or the hamburger button, whatever you want to call it. Now, each creature in the game, we have to fill in this, what's called the Avapedia. There's a number of different things we have to fill in on the Avapedia. The first one being creatures, and this is our first creature. Now, you'll see the list of sort of tick boxes or check boxes down on the bottom right-hand side, and we've got one tick, which is for take a photo of a healthy Kraj. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. The other things we've got to do is we've got to take a photo of an infected Kraj. We'll be doing that in this video. We have to pet a Kraj, and then we have to use their co-op abilities. We have to cure infected Kraj, and then we have to rescue 16 Kraj. So we have to do all these lists of tasks for every different creature we find. Some of the lists will be different amounts, different things, things like that. All right, now we won't be able to go up to these guys and pet them just yet, but we will be doing that later, so they hear that noise and run away.
And more importantly, how big is it?
Now, if we press the pause button and go into our Avapedia again, you'll see here we've got creatures, characters, the gallery that we took a photo for. We're going to have plants, places, and other things that we all need to fill this in for an achievement. We've only got one creature so far, so that's how you get into there to check. Nothing else really matters on this screen. You press right trigger, that's the infected photo. Once you get that, that's missing. To explain that, some of the creatures get infected and you have to go and cure them, but before you cure them, make sure you take a photo of them. All right, so once we've done that, okay, I just lost my bearings then. That's where we came from. We're gonna go left, jump up here, follow the path around. There's another creature there. We'll take a photo of that in a second. Jump across here. So you might have seen a flying creature. There's some healing brews on the ground here. So you should have 5 of those now if you've only used one. In fact, we need to heal. So let's use another one. And then we'll climb up. Don't worry about that bird sound. We're going to take a photo of that in a second. Up here. All right, there's some birds. Let's get out right on the D-pad. Get your camera out. Zoom in.
Stand still and pose, please.
Take a photo of the birds. All right, let me just double check my notes. I will be doing that a lot throughout this game, guys. There is a lot of stuff to fill in that Avapedia that we don't want to miss. So I'm going to check my notes really carefully throughout this whole thing and show you every little bit that we need to do. So for now, jump over and climb up. It's a linear path for now, guys. We get a map and more of an open world a bit later. We're still going to follow through here. And we're just waiting till we get this cutscene. I'm going to skip that. There's going to be another one. We're going to skip that. Skip that. Really cool story though, guys. And I'm just going to quickly tap A to get through all the dialogue every time there's dialogue, guys. But I do recommend you reading through it and enjoying the story if you're playing it for the first time. All right, once we've done that, now we've got to take a photo of every creature. We also have to take a photo of every character in the game or NPC. So take out your camera, take a photo of Neymar. He's going to be our friend throughout the game. He's our sort of companion. Open up the Avapedia again. You'll see there we've got his character. We've also got ourselves. It's the only character we can't take a photo of, actually. Surprised they didn't make you do that in some sort of mirror or something. We'll fill in all of these so you've got all the question marks. I'll show you this regularly so that you can keep up with what I've got. Same with the creatures. And now we've got places open as well. And we should get our map once we get out of here, I believe. All right, so make sure you've taken a photo of Neymar, and we need to talk to him again to just go through all his dialogue. Maybe it's not necessary, but I go through all the dialogue in all my practice runs, so I'm just going to make sure that we get all of that. Talk to him until you can't talk to him anymore. Yeah, as I said, make sure you've got the photo of him. And now we need to go in the elevator, if I can remember where it is. It's up there, isn't it? We're going to go up here.
That's the infection.
That is the infection there that I was talking about before. It's sort of infecting the whole planet and also infects some of the creatures sometimes. And that's what I mean by infected creatures, but you'll see more of that shortly. Climb up there, follow this path around, jump down here, and then climb up over here. And you go and stand on this platform in the middle here, and it's an elevator. So use the elevator.
Whoa, this thing still works?
And we do find a way to sort of cure the infection soon. So now just follow the path once you've ridden the elevator down. Follow the path, turn right. Make sure you jump this gap and head up the stairs and get another cutscene. Go through all the dialogue. And we picked up our sort of weapon for the game, this magic staff. Just talk to Neymar again. Make sure we get all his dialogue. And so this is called the Withering. And to get rid of normal withering like this, we've got our first ability on our staff. We just hold left trigger. Sends out a beam of light. And cures the infection. We've got to do that. This is probably the most withering that you ever see in the whole game. So we've got to do it to all of these flowers. Just aim at them and hold left trigger. Once the infection disappears, make your way through, hit the next one. Drop into the hole. Get the next withering. And should be one more over on the other side. And then we should get some cutscenes once this all clears up. See that? Clears it all up. Skipping the cutscenes. Feel free to watch them.
There it is.
May also notice, guys, my voice is a bit funny. I've been just a little bit... I've got a little bit of a sore throat happening. But I want to get this game out as quickly as we can and make sure you guys have a good guide to follow. Because at the moment, as I'm recording this, there is nothing online. I've had to figure this out all on my own and work this out for you. Now, this is a puzzle that you get each time you find one of these pillars, guys. You just have to move the pieces and match them up. From what I can tell, this is always the same. So if you just want to copy what I do, or you can figure it out yourself. But just match up the tree with that first piece. First two pieces. And this bit matches up that moon or whatever it is. Alright, move the final piece. Nice and easy. Right stick to rotate, by the way. A and B to change between pieces. It's all on the screen there anyway. And then you can skip. Skip, skip, skip. Now we're going to learn our next. We've already got our next ability. So every time you find one of those pillars, you get a new ability for your staff. This one's automatically mapped to the RB button, but we can change that later. So what you have to do to use the extra abilities on your staff is you have to use the main ability to connect to the thing you want to use it on. So you can see this thing here is covered in the withering or in the infection. That means we can connect to it. So you press left trigger, we are now connected to it, and then you hit RB to use your new power. This is the levitate power. It is called... I forget what it's called, but levitate it. It only stays up for a short amount of time. See that? It nearly landed on us. Raises that sort of door for enough time for us to get through with our old buddy Neymar. And then we're going to follow him until we can talk to him again. That's the plan. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game, guys. So many like secrets. You know what? It kind of reminded me a little bit of like something like a different type of Banjo-Kazooie from the old days. Something like that. Really loved it. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of it so far. Alright, go through all of his dialogue again. Alright, so make sure, yep. Now we need to get rid of the withering so that we can get out of here. So that's the withering there. You can see it's got two sort of spots that the vines are sort of leading off to. We're going to grab this first one first by levitate the door. And then hit left trigger again to get rid of the withering while the door is levitated. Turn around and head to the back of the room. Up the first set of stairs, go left, round the corner and left up the other set of stairs. Then we need to look down and we need to levitate this. And then while it's levitated, jump across it. So jump onto it and then jump across to the other side. And then the same thing over here. We need to levitate this and then hit the withering while the door is levitated. And you'll see there, it's going to get rid of all the withering. And let me just check my notes, make sure there's nothing else before we go. Nope. Jump across and out the door. Now, after this cutscene, guys, we're going to have to cure these guys, but I want to take a photo of this guy first. So right in front of us, there's going to be an infected, forget his name, Crag or whatever they are. It's not Crag, is it? Anyway, we're going to cure him by hitting him with the beam. And while we're doing that, he's going to be trying to attack us. So we just need to press B to dash and A to jump out of his way. You get more moves later in the game. So I'm going to be a bit rusty on how to dodge and stuff like that because I'll be pressing buttons that actually don't do anything. But anyway, we're going to cure him. But before we cure him, we're going to take a photo of him. There's an easier way to do this photo later in the game, but I want to just get everything out of the way as soon as we can so that we don't miss anything or forget anything. So we're going to take a photo of this infected straight away, and then we're going to cure him and dodge him and all of that. So get your camera out, take a... Not that photo. Take a photo of him. Make sure it came up and counted. See, it opens up the Avapedia. I'm just trying to open it, but my button's not working. There we go. And you'll see a tick next to the infected Kraj. Did I say that right before? I don't know. I think I said Crag or something. Oh, whatever. We also need to pet a Kraj. We'll be doing that in a second, but make sure you've got both those ticks. Now we can cure. And keep an eye on your health too. So hit him with the beam. Dodge out of the way when he comes at you like that. Keep an eye on your stamina, the bottom bar under your health, and cure him. Now we're going to have to cure another one. Don't dodge too early. That's the key here. And now they're going to attack you with two infected Kraj. And what it's teaching you here is that you can get them both in the beam, and it sort of transfers like a beam chain, as it's called. Let's do it. See if we can. What you want to do is, as soon as he runs, or you get the other guy to run through the beam. There we go. They're both connected now. And when that bar goes empty, they are both cured. And now what we can do is go up to one of them and press Y and pet them. So make sure you pet one of the Kraj. Go to the Avapedia and check. Now we've got a tick next to pet a Kraj. More on their co-op abilities. And when you can see there, we've cured 4 out of 14 as well. Alright, now we've got to help this other Kraj as part of the story. So go up and press Y.
Easy.
What are you doing, humans?
These creatures.
Alright, I'm going to skip the cutscene.
Can you hear me?
Skip. Skip. And then skip all the dialogue. And now we have to follow this guy to town. Let me just check the notes. We'll photograph the next guy and get the cutscene. Yep, perfect. So follow this guy down the stairs. The next thing we're going to learn about or get, if you don't follow him, go through these bushes, pick up a plant. That will add it again to our Avapedia. All you have to do with plants is collect them all. Now, collecting plants, though, will also help us for crafting potions and stuff like that, which I don't do a lot of in the game except for what we need to do for achievements. But we're just going to collect as many plants as we can as we go through the game. So whenever you see a plant, there's going to be all these different types. I'll show you where they all are. We're going to collect all of them whenever we see them. So there's going to be a lot of looting. So for all the loot goblins out there, you're going to be happy. So whenever you see a plant, so behind here, I think there's, oh no, this is another health booster behind here. I'm not going to point out every single potion that we can pick up and every single bit of loot because we really don't need them playing on this difficulty. But we will have more than enough if you're following what I do. Alright, so follow Nima. And you may see some other plants. If you see plants, pick them up. Down this hill, we're going to see another type of animal. So we're going to photograph this guy here, but I don't think we can pet them. So this is the Ura. We've got a photo of the Ura now. I don't think it'll let us pet them yet. No, not yet. We'll pet one of them later. Don't worry about Septi. We're going to see him later. Actually, let's do it. I can't help myself. In my notes, it says to take this photo later, but we're right here. So let's take the photo of Septi. So you have to photograph every single character. You'll see there, we've now got Nima and Septi. So he's much later in the game if you look at the order of these question marks. But anyway, they're not always in order. Follow Nima. All right, skipping the cutscenes, skipping the dialogue. Okay, we're going to have 2 new NPCs here that we can photograph. And what I'll show you here is you'll see that these guys don't count. The guys without names on top of their heads, even this guy has some text on top of his head, but they don't count. Only the characters with the names on their heads count as characters and as people we need to photograph. So we need to take a photograph of Honlo. He's the chief of this town. And then we need to take a photograph of Obon as well. So make sure you photograph them, and then we need to talk to the chief, get all of his dialogue. All right, now our objective is to meet Vaiti. He's a human enthusiast here in the town. So we go up this set of stairs to the northeast, across this bridge, and halfway across is Veiti. Apologies if I pronounced it wrong, Veiti. But take a picture of Veiti before you talk to him. That's another one. Let's check our characters. We've now got a photo of Veiti, Sebti, Obon, Honlo, and Nima. I'll keep showing you that as we go, guys. And then chat to Veiti, get through all his dialogue. Alright, now we're going to go get our first collectible in the game as well. If everything we've already got doesn't count as a collectible, there are certain collectibles. If you actually go to your map, are we allowed to go to our map? Yeah. And you look over on the right-hand side. In this area, this is called the Tamura Grasslands. It's kind of the hub world. This is the only area that you can keep coming back to. When we go to second, third, and fourth, I think it is, areas of the game, once you complete them and come back to the grasslands, you can't return to those areas. That's why a lot of the stuff in this game is missable. Also, when you come back to the grasslands after completing other areas, the grasslands is different and affected by the withering. So different things are unlockable or gettable at different times, and you also need to come back with different abilities to get different collectibles. But on that right-hand side, you can see a list of collectibles, permanent upgrades, Antares statues, sensors, and wind chimes. We're going to go get our first wind chime. Head across the rest of the bridge, and then head upstairs. If you haven't got a photo of one of these guys, you could take a photo of one of them. Actually, it might not even work here. I'm not sure. But what you want to do is look up to the west. So I'm looking, instead of saying left and right a lot, guys, I'm going to use the directions on the map because it depends which way you're facing, which would be left or right. So this is west. If you look up and west, get your camera out, zoom in, and take a photo of this thing here. We need to find 8 of these in the grasslands and more in each of the different areas that we travel to. So take a picture of that. It'll automatically count. And if you open up your map, you'll see there we've now got 1 of 8 wind chimes collected, basically, we'll call it. Now, I think is there a plant up here somewhere? Yeah, there's a plant there. Make sure you grab that plant. Just going to go across here to show you something as well. So we're going to go to the East Bridge, it's called, Eastern Bridge. Each time we go to a location for the first time, we unlock it and we get skill points for it. Now, sometimes the pause button doesn't work. So going to our Avapedia, you'll see places. We've now got Cliff Temple, Asira Village, and the tower, and then we've got the Eastern Bridge down here as well. All right, and if you go through here, another plant there, and jump over this gap, you've got another new plant type right there on the branch. Crouch to go under. This here we can't get past at the moment. We don't have the power to get through there just yet, so we'll be coming back once we have that ability. All right, so for now we're going to go back the way we came. Oh no, I already got that one. Just pick up, I won't point out every single plant that I pick up, guys. Just pick them up as you see them, or as I do. All right, we're going to go back across the bridge. Down here, and then we're going to go sort of through this sort of circular doorway, and we're going to see Fenty. We're going to photograph him.
Say cheese.
He's going to give us a side quest later. We can't get that off him just yet. Same with if we go further down into the village and head over this way, we're going to get the next NPC, Ishar. He will also give us a side quest later, but we're just getting some photos while we're here. And then what are we doing? We are going to go towards the waypoint. If you look on the map, our mission objective is explore the abandoned human base. So we're going to head that way, and we're going to get any plants along the way. Can't do anything with any animals yet, so there's a plant there. I'm just grabbing that. It's a new type, I think. So there's going to be a lot of these abandoned human bases that we're going to find as we go through the game as well, guys. And I'll teach you about them as we're here. So basically right now we have to figure out how to get inside. We can't climb up just yet. Oh, but there's a zip line. Maybe that's how we get up there, but you wouldn't know that yet. So just follow me. We're going to go around the back We're going to see some withering. We're going to get rid of that. And I didn't point it out, but I picked up some plants on our way here. Any plants in here? I thought there was a plant in here. Let me just check my notes. Oh, no. All right, and then to activate the zipline, they only ever activate from one end. So you've got to activate it from here and then ride it up. Some of them activate from the top, some from the bottom. Ride that up. And then we've got to go up onto the roof. Get some more plants there and here. And then we've got to levitate this. So left trigger, RB to levitate it, and then drop inside. Once inside, there's some more loot here. Healing brew. And over here is a tablet. Now, these are just some story stuff, but you also get a little bit of XP to build up skill points. More on skill points a little bit later. But that's the tablet if you want to have a read of it. And then these things here. This here is a teleporter. It's basically the game's fast travel. But to be able to use it, you need to turn it on. This one's very simple. You just go over here and turn on the generator. And now a new character shows up. This is our partner that's arrived on the planet with us. I'm not going to cover the story though, guys. So anyway, once that cutscene's over and the dialogue's over, take a photo of Tabitha. We need that for the Avapedia. And hopefully you're keeping up with all of these, guys. That's how many we have got so far. But yeah, now that's turned on and we can use it for fast travel. You can fast travel back to here. You don't need two of them active. You don't fast travel between them. You can just fast travel to here from the map at any time. Make sure we go through all of Tabitha's dialogue. All right, head outside, grab a plant. Let's go get our second wind chime collectible. You can take the zip line, or you can just drop down here. I don't think we'll take fall damage. And what you want to do is maybe open up your map. You want to find the southwest entrance to town. This path right there where my dot is now. That's where we're headed. Ooh, in the water, there's a new type of plant here. Let's pick this up. You need to have at least one of each type of plant. Oh, there's a collectible. I mean, not a collectible. See, stamina drink. I'm not going to pick stamina drinks up. We don't need them. I've never needed one in the game through the whole playthrough, and they take up room in our inventory that I don't want to take up. So I'm not going to be picking up those guys. Where I can help it, I might accidentally pick some up. But here we are at that entrance on the map. Let me just show you where we are. Right there. And we're going to take a photo of the second wind chime. Or our second wind chime. They're not in any particular order. Alright, and now we're going to go to the waypoint, which is to talk to Nima. So we've got to go into town and up into the tower. Alright, now he's going to give us a mission objective to go find Sebti the Shepherd. We did see him before, but he's moved now. So we're going to go find him. Alright, so just sort of follow this path. Is that looks like Sebti, but that's not Sebti. There's another thing that we get that much later in the game, that one. We're going to come back there. Oh yeah, we got the flute from some of our interactions. We can't really do anything with the flute just yet. And don't worry about any achievements linked to that. I'll show you them as they come up. But we're going to take the bottom path. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show you where we're going. So there's two paths. You can go up the top or you can go down the bottom. We're going to take the bottom path first. And we came down here, the bottom path, because there's a healing brew. Ooh, and some plants. And then we're going to climb up. Get the plants as we go. Now we need to go up, take sort of a U-turn. I'll show you this This is something that we can't go through. This is blocked off, but we can see that sort of symbol there. There's certain animals. Actually, I'll show you that when we do it. But yeah, just take note of that for now. Climb up the ladder. Turn to the north and look right up the top. North and up the top. Get your camera out. Zoom in. Take a photo of wind chime number 3.
Another strange gnome artifact.
If you don't already have a photo of Septi, take a photo of Septi and then talk to him. So we got a photo of him on our way into town for the first time. Go through his dialogue. He won't talk to you because he's, busy, but we're going to get his attention by playing flute really bad. So open up your flute, start playing any noises, and then he'll talk to you. He's going to teach us how to tame animals. The animals, you can tame them and get them to follow you by playing the flute like the Pied Piper. So now he's teaching us this song. This particular song only works on animals here in the grasslands. So here we go. You have to know this song to be able to tame animals in the grasslands. But then each different animal has their own little individual song that we have to play in order to tame that particular animal. It'll make more sense when we do it, but this is the first one here. So we're going to go down here and we're going to tame this Ura. Now, if we check our creatures list in Avapedia and you go to Ura, we've already taken a photo of a healthy Ura, so we don't need to take a photo, but we do need to pet one. So let's do that. You have to tame it in order to be able to pet it. So walk up to the Ura. That's going to teach you what I'm about to teach you anyway. Once you're close enough, take out the flute and watch. Now put your flute away. Each time you get your flute out, it'll play that again. Ready? And it shows you where it's lighting up. So it did C, E, G. I'll just show it one more time. And then we just have to copy that. C, E, G. You don't have to get the exact timing right. You can do it slower. You can do it faster. It'll usually work. So as long as you get it right, now this Ura is tamed and we can walk forward and pet it. All right, and now it says lead the Ura back to Septi. So Septi's over here. So he's just following us because we've tamed it and we're playing the flute song. Now we're walking around playing this flute. There's an achievement for playing flute for 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes in one go. It just all adds up, guys. So that achievement will just come naturally. So don't worry about that one. Don't try and get it out of the way now. It'll just come. We'll be getting that accidentally, so to speak. All right, now walk up to Septi. Get through the dialogue. Play the flute again. Hold left trigger. This goes into sort of your connection abilities. Now, there's only one animal here, so has that sort of glowing circle on the Ura. Press the X to connect with the Ura, and now we are in control of the Ura. Yeah, game. I'm teaching them. Yeah, I don't need those tutorials. Now, you'll see the Ura's abilities on the left-hand side. He's only got one ability, which is the charge ability. And these things here, we can charge through and break them. So now Vic can come through and anyone else can come through as well. And our objective is to bring the Ura to the barn. You can either switch back to Vic by pressing, I think, B. By pressing B. Or you can walk into the barn area yourself with the Ura. There we go. Now skip the dialogue. Okay, now let's go get our next achievement. Once that's all done, we've taken a photo of Septi. We've got this annoying radio message, but we're going to climb up the ladder.
Better. They taught me to do it myself with music.
What?
Now what we're going to do here, guys, is save the game. So push the back button. That's what the old school people call it. Press save. Save in new slot. And then what we're going to do is just trust me, guys. Trust me here. Just walk off the edge and aim for the bushes. Aim for the bushes, all right, guys? Let me know if you know the reference. Aim for the bushes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nah, just kidding, guys. That was meant to happen. There it is. There's the achievement for fall damage confirmed. Get our achievement for dying from a fall. And now that we've done that, we're going to go get our next collectible, our first sensor. So head northeast, follow this path that seems to head to nowhere, out onto this sort of cliff face, and then drop down without taking too much fall damage. Oh, grab some plants on our way. Don't worry if I've missed some, guys. We get plenty of plants as we play through. And then find your way to this here. This is called a sensor. And you need to find, how many do we need to find here? 5 in the grassland. So this is number 1. Hold Y to meditate. And then you have to play the tunes. I didn't actually explain what we were doing before with this, did I? But you just sort of press the direction on the right thumbstick. In fact, I think, oh, okay, it wants me to play C, then D, then G. You can actually use the left thumbstick as well. But the game tells you to use the right thumbstick for some reason.
I feel the calm of this place.
Alright, so that is a completed sensor. If we check our map, sensors 1 of 5. Alright, now we need to go find the rescue bot. Grab some more plants. Alright, we're going to be heading... Where are we heading? Southeast. Going to look for a little valley that we have to drop into. Alright, you'll see a zip line here. We can't activate that from this end. Going to go to this other side and then drop down into here. I'm going to just quickly show you on the map where we are. Right there. Oh, there's a plant. I've got so much on my mind, I'm probably forgetting to pick up a lot of the plants, so you might have a lot more than me. Oh, there we go. Over here. Pick up that plant. Let me just see. We're going to tame that creature in a minute. I'm just seeing if there's a plant under here. Yes, there is. Get down there. Alright, let's tame the, whatchamacallit? Was it DDA? There we go. Just checking the notes. Alright, now we need to connect with the Kraj. And then use his ability to bite these. You'll see these bridges everywhere. You bite this little thing holding the bridge up, and it falls and creates a bridge. I guess it's not a bridge until you do that, but you know what I mean. So do that, and what you'll see is if we disconnect and go into our Avapedia, I forgot to show you this with the last one. You'll see the Ura before we did his co-op ability, so now it's 1 out of 7. Didn't we pet the Ura? We did, but it hasn't counted. I'm sure I petted the Ura. Alright, let's check the Kraj. Have we pet the Kraj? Yep. Okay, well, remind me, we've got to go pet the Ura again. I don't know why that didn't count. We'll make sure that we get that counted, though. Alright, and once we've done that... Sorry, my computer's just doing something in the background there. We don't want that. Don't want to affect the recording. Alright, so we did that. Alright, and then... The whole point of the game at the moment, guys, without touching too much on the story, is to rescue all the animals. I never noticed that down there before. So head over here, and it's going to teach you about rescue bots, but we're going to rescue this particular Kraj by heading over to the rescue bot and holding the Y button. Alright, and now we are going to loot these healing brews, climb up here, loot this plant, and now we're going to get, oops, wrong button. We're going to get a photo. Oh no, we've already got a photo of infected. This is the spot where you could have done it a lot easier than where we did it. But now we're just going to cure these guys. Same as we did before. Hopefully get a chain happening. Haha, miss me. And they are both cured. Just going to grab the plants in here. And now we're going to lure them. So you won't need to play that song again. They've already... Sometimes you will if it's been too long. But we need to get rid of the withering before we can lure them. Okay, I'll show you why. So get rid of the withering. If you lure them and then you try and just drop down here like this, they're not going to follow you. Look, it's actually going to work for us from here because it says creatures to send to, but it keeps changing. They can't follow you properly. Oh, yeah, that guy figured it out. He's clever. So normally what you would want to do instead of dropping off the edge is just walk around here so that they can follow us. There we go. Follow them to the bot and teleport the creatures. Alright, and now we have 2 more to go. If you look at the bot, 2 more creatures nearby. Now you need to make sure that you don't teleport all the creatures away before you've done things like get all the bridges and things like that. Because we need them for the Avapedia. If you go into here, you'll see use Kraj co-op ability 8 times. And sometimes there is only 8 opportunities to do that. So if you get rid of all the animals before you've done it, you won't be able to tick that off in the Avapedia. That's why, again, it's important to follow what I do because I'll be showing you how to do it all. So now we're going to climb up here and we need to cure 2 more. Haha, missed me. Trying to get this other guy chained. Didn't work. Out. He got me. No fair, I wasn't ready. There we go. 2 more cured. Need to get them to follow us down here. Get the withering. Lure them again. And you guessed it, we need to connect with one of them. And go and bite this bridge. Bite, bite, bite. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. No taxes in this game, but there is yum, yum, yum. For those hardcore Aussie army members, you know what I'm doing. So make sure they're following you. Head down to the bot, and we can rescue these now. Everything in this area is done. I've already checked that for you, so we can rescue them all. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Bots are working. I've set up camp in the Nam settlement. When you get a chance, come see me.
Alright, and that's where we're heading next. We're going to go back the way we came, guys. And over in this corner, we should get some more healing. A healing brew, and we can activate this zip line and zip up. And now we're going to head to Tabitha. No point fast traveling or anything. It's not really any closer. Grab a plan on the way through there. It's teaching. Game's trying to teach us about wind chimes. We've already done 3 wind chimes. We don't need your help, game. We've got Aussie. We're going to head over to Tabitha, guys. And I'm going to save the game here. And that is going to be the end of part 1. For those wondering, there are going to be, at this stage, 13 total parts to get through the entire game with all of the achievements. I've planned out the whole run, guys. So hope you're enjoying it. If you are, please give us a thumbs up and post a comment. And remember, it does take a lot of work. I've already put hours and hours and hours into this game to find everything for you guys. If you want to help me and support me make game guides like this, please head over to Patreon, where you can become a member of Aussie's Army for just $1. That's all it takes to support my channel further, guys. So if you're able to, please do that. If not, I don't mind. Thank you very much for watching, commenting, subscribing, and giving thumbs up. All help the channel as well. Really appreciate it. And there's the bell, guys. You know what that means. Class dismissed.